Morning, everybody. Got the fire going behind me, which means we're cooking something for breakfast this morning. What are we cooking for breakfast? Well, I did a couple of short videos a few weeks back about my tomato basil campfire soup, and I just made some fresh bread the other day, which we're going to be using the rests of to make some garlic bread this morning. And we're going to have garlic bread with an amazing tomato basil soup cooked out here on the campfire here at our homestead. So follow along. We're about to have a tasty, tasty dinner. I'm looking at the wrong place because the camera's over here. Oh well. The ingredients are super simple, and you're gonna have to forgive me for the mess because I'm not a professional making these videos. There's about 4 or 5 kilos of tomatoes. You've got some fresh basil and garlic and onions. Now we're gonna saute these down while these are cooking, and once these are ready, we'll throw this in here, add this in here, and then boil for, whatever. And we'll add some other spices, oregano, romero, some salt, some other stuff along the way, so follow along. Alright, I just flipped all the wood. We're starting to get some good coals going, which means it's about time to bring my pan out. It doesn't have to be perfect like it does like if you're cooking meat, because we're putting a pan on top, so this is perfect. Time to put the pans on. Alright, first up, the pot of tomatoes. That goes right there, like so. Alright, next up is we're going to get the garlic and onions over here because we're going to get those frying up while we're cooking the tomatoes, which, by the way, are already roasting away still. The all-important stirring of the garlic and onions so they don't burn here. Look at this. Listen to that crackle. Tasty, tasty, tasty. So I'm cooking and I had to get a little snack. So I brought a piece of my homemade bread out here, one of the slices that's left over, and I'm just got it in here in the oil. And we're getting that fried up. That's gonna be tasty. You can hear that bubbling? Hear that bubbling? Let's see if we can get that open real quick. Gotta get my glove on. Oh yeah, it's getting there. Yummy. All right, everybody, the time has come. So we've got, you can see that. I've sort of just used this to sort of roughly, kind of get all the tomatoes broken up. And now the time has come to start adding things in. So first and foremost, we're gonna put all of the garlic and onions in, which will be caramelized here. To taste, whatever you want, however many you want. Now next up, this one's a little tricky. I just put everything in one. So this is basil, oregano, romero, parsley, salt, pepper, all the spices that I'm gonna need. Next up is the secret ingredient, olive oil. A healthy portion. Do not be afraid of the olive oil. Several tablespoons. Once everything is in, just go ahead and mix that up roughly. And now you're just gonna let this simmer for at least an hour, maybe 2. You're gonna want to keep breaking down these tomatoes. Come out here every 15 or 20 minutes and just continue to breaking those down. And we're just gonna let this reduce. That's the next important key. Reduce, 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 simmer, 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 let it cook. I'm gonna tap it back up. There we go. The soup is essentially ready. Boil it down, it's good. Now it's time to cook the bread. Chris brought out the griddle. Yeah, we're about to get that on here. All right, next up, we are getting ready to cook the garlic bread. Now this is just, you're gonna notice it looks a little weird. This is half of a loaf that I had left over, and it was a flat loaf of wheat bread with Parmesan crust, and I just cut it in half and laid it open. So this is like 1/2 that's laid open. This side has butter and garlic salt. The other side is normal. And we're gonna cook this up right now here on the griddle. And then we're gonna bring out some steaks. Chris has some steaks to cook, which are separate from other things. But this is part of the breakfast with the pot. Hey everybody, it is time to actually have a bowl of this. So we got a bowl, and get a nice, stir this up a little bit. Get a nice big old spoonful. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a couple spoonfuls here, get all those chunks in there, and let's go get some garlic bread and have some breakfast. Breakfast wouldn't be complete without some delicious oven toasted, grilled campfire, fresh garlic bread with my tomato basil soup. Alright everybody, now it's time for the taste test. So always with your garlic bread, you can just dip it in, you can use it as a spoon. It's got a big old chunk of tomato right there. It's also steaming hot, so burn my mouth here probably. So good. It's perfect for a winter morning. It's not really winter here, but hopefully you'll enjoy. So good. You can make it for breakfast like I did. You can make it for other lunch, dinner, whatever you want to do. We like cooking in the morning when it's cool here. Hopefully you like it. If you do like it, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Let us know in the comments below if you also like the recipe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, everybody. Provecho.